This next comment comes from Pomar, and it's the Death of the Kronos video I did in December 2021. And Pomar writes, did Korg pay you for convincing people to buy the old model until it's out of stock instead of waiting for a successor? I wish Korg were paying me. I wouldn't have to do the day job then, would I? Sadly, this channel gets no endorsement money from any manufacturer. And if they did, I would tell you that I was endorsing a product. So just to put people's minds at rest, everything I say is my opinion and only my opinion. It is not to influence you. Anyway, the reality is, if you're sitting on the fence about a Kronos, you kind of need to go and buy, at this point in time, you need to go and buy one of the few remaining new stocks items. At this point, I would be scouring the market for a good second-hand Kronos. I mean, I've been considering myself buying a 76 key Kronos, but the bottom line is I really can't justify it. I wish I could. I wish I had the money to be able to do it, but I don't. So I think I'm going to miss the ball on that. But I can see a real good reason for investing in a second board, purely for longevity, bringing it up to the last OS release spec, loading all your samples and all your sound packs onto it, and then putting it in the cupboard, or using it as the case may be. But I did think it was a good opportunity to take the point that this channel is not sponsored, and that's what I've said. It allows me freedom to express what I think about whatever the subject happens to be. But, you know, as I said, if it becomes sponsored, I'll tell you. Simple as that. There is, of course, those people who kindly sponsor me through Patreon, which I'm not plugging, but, you know, if you do feel like giving me a few pennies, it doesn't have to be a regular contribution. I am looking at the website to be able to allow you to do one-off contributions through the website. But that's still a way off. I've got a load of stuff I need to do on the website, and I just, with the whole sort of fogginess and whatever that comes with what I'm suffering from at the moment, I'm really struggling to do stuff after work. So having that intense sort of concentration piece to get some of this stuff done is I'm really struggling with that. Anyway, I hope that sort of clears that one up. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. The next question or comment comes from Dr. 808, the Earthshaker. Oh, anything to do with Dr. Meeks. And Dr. 808 writes in response to the Death of the Kronos video. Yet another comment on the Death of the Kronos video. Video I did in December 2021. And he writes, or she writes, I don't know, but it could be either. I wonder if Korg will add additional sound engines or provide optional purchase sound engines models specifically for the Nautilus in the future, or add functionality to Nautilus in the future via software updates, provided the machine has a powerful enough CPU to handle these additional options. Of course, that will greatly improve and enhance this keyboard, making it a unique instrument in its own right, further disguising it from the Kronos, at least until the next flagship debuts. First I've got a comment on the word Earthshaker. So when I was DJing many moons ago, one of the clubs I had Earthshaker bass bins, and I think these things were by a company called Turbo Sound, if I remember rightly, and they were awesome bass cabinets. They really were awesome bass cabinets. The way they've been installed in the venue, the way they were being driven, they had that beautiful, when the bass went thump, your breaths got taken away. So my answer to this was, back at this point in time, I guess it's possible that Korg may release engines on the Nautilus. It obviously comes with the same Stack 9 engines that the Kronos had when it went end of life. But I do wonder whether they might release new engines to test the waters for the new platform. But I think the big question is here, if you like, is how much further can the 32-bit platform go? And that's kind of where I think the sort of problem is at the moment. That I think they've probably taken the 32-bit platform as far as it can go, for one or two reasons. Number one, I think a lot of software is now being engineered for 64-bit platforms, and number two, it's now starting to become hard to get new hardware that isn't 64-bit architected. So you know, my that's kind of where I think things are going. And Earthshaker came back and said it'd be wonderful if Korg could stretch the platform. I don't think Korg will stretch the platform, but I think what Korg is doing, and we've just had this at the point of recording this video is November 2022, and Korg have just released the M1 pack for the Nautilus, which basically means that there is a complete set of programs and combis that mirrors the base stack of programs and combis on the M1. So, you know, the classic one, you know, program, or was it Combi 1, which was Universe, right? They've mirrored that onto Nautilus. Now, what some people have said, and I don't have Nautilus, so I can't verify this firsthand, but what a lot of people have said is that the combis, a lot of the sounds are already in Nautilus, so they've just been put together in specific ways. And they've actually put a program bank together to give you all the programs that are on the M1. So I wonder whether we'll start to see those sort of things come out from Korg for Nautilus. Now, what they haven't done is they haven't released that pack for Kronos. So they've discontinued Kronos, although you can still buy sound packs for Kronos through the Korg website. They haven't released this M1 pack for Kronos, and according to Francis, who is Mr. Kronos, who's the Kronos expert in the communities, the Nautilus sound packs are not backwards compatible to Kronos. So you can't buy the M1 and port it backwards. You can move the samples backwards, but you can't actually port the whole sort of configuration files backwards. You would have to reset them up from scratch. But we will see what's further to come with Nautilus. In fact, actually, you know, it's been very quiet on the Korg front, apart from the PA5X, which is the new arranger. Is it PA5X or is it P5AX? I can't remember which way around it is. My mind is a bit shot. But the new arranger has been issued recently, and I should say that there's rumours in the market space that the Chrome EX has now been discontinued as well. So we shall see.